Once upon a time there was Irish west and Irish slow, back into the morning, wake into the morning, wake into the morning. Then the Vikings came around. They turned us up and turned us down. Started building boats and tanks. Sure, they tried to change our living. They tried to change our living. Tried to change our living. Crumble on a soldier's skin. They started centuries of shame, but they could not make us turn. Sure, we are ever flowing. We're ever flowing. We're ever flowing. And again, the soldiers came. They burnt our houses, stole our grain, shot the farmers in the fields. They were working for a living, working for a living, working for a living. It's 100 years we have been down. The secret of a water sign has kept the spirit of our man. Both the plan descended, both the plan descended, both the plan. The struggle carries on. I wonder will I live so long to see the gates being opened up, while people under freedom, people under freedom, people under the future, cry freedom, cry future, cry freedom. Ba-da, 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 ba-da. Oh, but once upon a time there was Irish ways and Irish slows, villages of Irish blood. They were waking to the morn.
In my memory I'll always see have loved so well, where our schools played ball on round the gasyard wall, and we laughed through the smoke and the smell.
Well, folks, welcome along to the online launch night this evening for Rebs for Hope. I'm Ro from the Rebel podcast. I'll just give you a wee quick rundown of what's going to be happening this evening, and then we'll go straight on with the music for you. So over the next 35 to 40 minutes, we'll have basically a lot of performances from some of the bands that are on this here CD, folks, Rebs for Hope. There'll be some live performances recorded, and there'll be some videos basically that the bands have pre-recorded. I'll also be on this evening's stream. So I'll urge you all, please, folks, buy the CD. All proceeds are going towards the two charities we're supporting: Mental Health Awareness in Belfast, PIPS charity in North Belfast, and the West Belfast Suicide Awareness and Support Group. So there'll be links throughout this evening, folks, on all the streams, where you can buy the CD from, where you can send a PayPal to if you want to send a donation. Anyway, if you don't want to buy the CD, if you've already bought the CD and you want to just send a donation this evening, it's all going into the same pot. There'll be links in all the comments, folks, throughout. So I say this here stream is not live. Okay, well, it is live. It's going to be out live. But actually, all the performances tonight have been pre-recorded. So if you're putting in comments asking, can you play such a song? Can you play such a song? It's not the guys won't be able to see it. So obviously, because of COVID, all of the performances have to be pre-recorded, and we put them together as one video. So obviously I was on live myself first for the first hour there. I will be on live again once this part of the stream finishes, and then plus then we'll be doing the live draw for the ballots this evening. So thank you for everyone so far who's bought the ballots. There's no more room, they're all sold, and thanks for everyone so far who's purchased the CD, folks, but there's still plenty of CDs left. Please buy one, and I do hope you enjoy the evening. So thank you very much. Enjoy the show. Cheers.
In my memory, I'll always see the town that I have loved so well, where our schools played ball on round the gasyard wall, and we laughed through the smoke and the smell.
How's it going, folks? My name's Sean McCafferty from Derry. My song on the Rebs for Hope album is Joseph Mary, and it was a song written by Idana Barrett and myself, based on the side of Grace, leading up to the 1916 Easter Rising and the executions. Big thank you to Ro for sharing it so much on the Rebel podcast as well, and giving it a good push, and I hope you all enjoy the album. Thanks.
As you look upon me, you gaze into my eyes. The pain it moves in slowly, for you've a greater love than I forgive you for your first love, for Ireland is so dear. And I know for you to save her, you must leave me here. My heart is breaking, Joseph, as I hear the seagulls play. No longer you'll be with me after all of this today. I know I'll never love again, my heart is far too sore. And I know that you'll stay with me until we meet once more. 1,000 times I pictured our wedding in my head, with all our comrades gathered, but your fate is set instead. These memories of Kilmainham will stay with me now. This fight for Irish freedom has led us to our vows. Our love lies in the future of Ireland bright and free. We took the call together to gain our liberty. But until then, dear Joseph, sleep well the crown creed. And when I finally join you, we'll have eternity. 1,000 times I've pictured our wedding in my head, with all our comrades gathered, but your fate is set instead. These memories of Kilmainham will stay with me now. This fight for Irish freedom has led us to our vows. This fight for Irish freedom has led us to our vows.
In my memory, I'll always see the town that I have loved so well, where our schools played ball on round the Gasyard Hall, and we laughed through the smoke and the smell.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Margaret Walker from Suicide Awareness Support Group in West Belfast. I would just like to welcome you to the Rebs for Hope album launch night, and I would really encourage you to buy the album. By supporting Row, you're going to be supporting us here in the West, and also another mental health charity over in North Belfast, which is Pips, who does absolutely amazing work, especially in this current climate. So by you buying this USB or CD and raising vital funds also allows us to get Road to raise awareness as well, to let people know that even though the shutters are down, we're still behind the scenes working. And what we do here is we work with families bereaved by suicide, and we support them through the aftermath and make sure that they're supported and they're not going through that journey on their own. We also support crisis intervention, so if anybody out there is feeling that their life isn't worth living, then please reach out, pick that phone up. Lifeline is there 24/7 as well, and there's a support network right across the city, so please reach out to us. Let us be that helping hand to guide you on your journey, because life is for living, and a problem shared is a problem halved, and reaching out is a strength.
In my memory, I'll always see the town that I have loved so well, where our schools played ball on round the Gasyard Hall, and we laughed through the smoke and the smell.
Hi everyone, good evening and welcome to the Rebs for Hope album launch night. I'm Vic McFarlane from Belfast. My song on the album is Terrorist Dreamer. This is a song by a very renowned Irish singer-songwriter called Mick Hanley. He used to play with Moving Hearts and a host of other reputable outfits. And the song was his historical look at the manner in which Irish Republicans who fought from 1916 right through to the present day were treated abysmally by the Free State establishment from 1916 the whole way through. And it depicts, as the decades go by, the manner in which they were treated. So I hope you enjoy the song. But folks, please support these two hard-working mental health awareness charities in Belfast by supporting Row and the Rebel podcast and buying the album Rebs for Hope. Thanks a million, folks. Enjoy.
Sackfold Street, the curfew drove the restless out of sight. The black and tans marched up and down, the moon shone cold and bright. The shotguns like a whip crack pulled the first man off his feet. He died on bloody cobblestones, his comrades combed the streets. They called up reinforcements, pulled the people from their beds. They were screaming at the bastards, but its fear was in their heads. They found him in a cellar, he was only 17, fighting for his country, dying for the green. The sergeant dragged him by the hair, beat him to the ground. Into this young man's body he emptied every round. Come on and take a look, he cried, as he marched his troops away. They went in stony silence, such a price to have to pay. Some knelt and prayed beside him, but it's too late anyhow. He said he was a rebel then, and he's a hero now. In '66 this country sang the praises of the dead. We didn't call them rebels then, we used patriot instead. On every household TV screen we saw how hard they fought, how they spilled their life's blood, our freedom had been bought. The garden gates were opened up, the silent motorcades, cannons boomed and flags unfurled, solemn wreaths were laid. First when those departed, called full loud and clear, for those who had been outlawed, but it was another year. The veterans lined up stiff and round, the whites hurled the wind, with the pride pinned to their gabardines, thoughts upon their friends. And bitter wounds burst open, the scars of history went flying into our faces with stark reality. Just up the road from Sackfold Street, but things aren't different now. He said he was a rebel then, he's a hero now. Along the Falls Road, soldiers push the glances left and right. Kids of the English working class, soldiers overnight, tossed into the melting pot of bloody war and strife. Never understanding, fearing for their lives. outside the Glen Road Brewery. A bomb takes two away. The bomber's work is over, well, he's finished for the day. A terrorist or a dreamer, or the savage or the brave. It depends whose vote you're trying to catch, whose face you're trying to save. There's tea and cakes in Downing Street, and whispers in the hall. Let's move the Cure Road Tisha, now our backs are to the wall. There's panic down in Leinster House, the words are seldom scarce. Send someone to Glasnevin quick to remember Patrick Pearse. Once more his crucifixion, well, it seems a lie somehow. They said he was a rebel then, but he's a hero now. Once more his crucifixion, it seems a lie somehow. They said he was a rebel then, but he's a hero now. He's a hero now. Thank you.
In my memory, I'll always see the town that I have loved so well, where our schools played ball on round the Gasyard wall, and we laughed through the smoke and the smell.
Hi folks, Damien Quinn, folk singer here from Newry, County Down. Very proud and honoured to be asked to provide a song for this video for the charities. The song I've chose is Caledonia, and it's wrote by Dougie McLean. It's a wee Scottish love song. And a big thank you to the Rebel podcast and Rory for putting all this together. And if you please give generously to the two mental health charities that this is for, and to ask us all to buy the Rebs for Hope album. Some great tunes on it and great artists on it, and hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
I don't know if you can see changes that have come over me. These past few days I've been afraid I might drift away. I've been telling old stories, singing songs, made me think about where I come from. That's the reason why it seems far away today. Oh, let me tell you that I love you. I think about you all the time. Caledonia's been calling me. Now I'm going home. And if I should become a stranger, how it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Well, I have moved, I've kept on moving, proved the points that I needed proving. Lost some friends I needed losing, found others on the way. I've kissed the girls, I've left them sighing, stolen dreams, yes, there's no denying. Travel hard sometimes with conscious flying, somewhere with the wind. Oh, let me tell you that I love you. I think about you all the time. Caledonia's been calling me. Now I'm going home. And if I should become a stranger, how it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Sitting here before the fire, the empty room, the forest choir. Flames of coal don't get any higher. When they're now, they've gone. I'm steady thinking my way's clear. I don't know what I'll do tomorrow. Hands have shaken, kisses flown. I might disappear. Oh, let me tell you that I love you. I think about you all the time. Caledonia's been calling me. Now I'm going home. And if I should become a stranger, how it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had.
In my memory, I'll always see the town that I have loved so well, where our schools played ball on round the gasyard wall, and we laughed through the smoke and the smell.
Hi folks, Paul and Peter from Clover here. We're just winding up our day in studio for our new album that's due out for release very soon. But the album we want to talk about today is the fantastic Rebs for Hope album that the big man Ro from the Rebel podcast put together. Some 15 or 16 great songs from the best bands. Make sure that you support Ro and support the Rebs for Hope, and we're delighted to be a part of it, and thank you very much, Ro.
Our song on the album is a great song that we picked up from a great ballad singer and fiddle player we would have admired here in the band called Johnny Donegan. The name of the song is The Station of Knocklong. The Station of Knocklong tells the story of a daring rescue that took place at a train station in County Limerick of young 17-year-old volunteer Sean Hogan. He was rescued off the train by the 3rd Tipperary Brigade IRA. So, as Paul said, please support the Rebel podcast, the Rebs for Hope album, support the 2 great charities in Belfast for mental health awareness. So, here's our video of the Station of Knocklong, and we hope you enjoy it. Thanks very much.
Slán.
I don't make any bones about killing. Anyone that comes into my house or my country and tries to take over by force, I'm going to kill him, and I'll use any and every means to do it. And I'm saying that now in the winter of my life. I've met a week, an hour to live, or a day to live, or a year, and I am not one bit tired. One man I get.
Oh, the news has spread through Ireland, has spread from shore to shore, of deeds as these no living man has ever heard before. From both the guarded carriage men have panic stricken throng. Sean Hogan, he was rescued at the station of Knocklong, when the guard of 4 policemen had the prisoner by
sailed well, as the faithful train sped o'er the rail, conveying him to his cell. The prisoner then could scarce foretell of hearts both brave and strong. They were planning for his rescue at the station of Knocklong. Now the shades of evening were falling fast, and the train at last drew in. He was halted for an hour or so by a few courageous men. They sprung on to the carriage, and it did not take them long. Hands up or die was the rebel cry. Now King George's pampered hirelings, they struggled up with fear, and thought of how they placed themselves full many a volunteer, and face to face with harried men to escape how did they long. But two of them met with traitors' death at the station of Knocklong. On Solo head to Limerick, such deeds were never seen, and till a tear was ever shed for Wallace of Ruskin. They did all England's dirty work, they did not work too long, but the renegade now rise up, Mother Erin, rise up and be of cheer. You'll never die while at your side there stands such volunteers. From Dingle Bay to Garryon, the cheers will echo long. Of the rescue of Sean Hogan at the station of Knocklong, of the rescue of Sean Hogan at the station of Knocklong.
In my memory I'll always see the town that I have loved so well, where our schools played ball on round the Gasyard wall, and we laughed through the smoke and the smell.
This is Colin, I'm Kieran. We are playing Glasnevin. Based in Glasgow, spend a lot of time in Ireland, so you may know us from there or Santa Ponsa or on some of your travels. We're going to do this wee song written by Dougie Breslin from Derry. It remembers two volunteers, Willie Fleming and Danny Dory, who killed in active service. The name of the song is Willie and Danny, and Rory asked us to give this song, or give one of his songs, over to a CD that he's doing to support two great mental health charities. So you can do your part and help out by buying a CD. It's called Rebs for Hope. You can get it through Rory, either through his own Facebook or through the podcast, Rebel Rebel Podcast Facebook page. So aye, this is Willie and Danny.
sound of glory, sings of sound peace. But in the end, well, it's the same old story. We're both too hard to read. The people tell me they're sick and they're tired, seeing this place run down. But I say, take your blindfolds off your heads now, 'cause of the ground. Every citizen's soul, I believe daily they had to go. Well, the reasons they they're laying down the lies for guarantee. 70 shots between their bodies now. One of those bullets missed. But boy, every trigger that was pulled that morning, well, volunteer, but it missed. And for 5 whole hours, oh, you left them lying there. And the priest, he was turned away. So it's another step below. Oh, yes, yes, bastards who never forget the name. Every citizen soul, I believe daily they had to go. All the reasons they need. They're laying down the last for you and me. The funerals weren't to prove their worthiness, as thousand strong roots. As the postal boys harbored helplessly over the rocky mountains wood. Well, they emptied their magazines over each continent to find the crowd is sin. So as another day dawns, their guns will be a causeway, and many are friends. Every citizen soul, while we and daily they had to go. The reasons we need, they're laying down the lies for security. These citizens soul, while we and daily they had to go. All the reasons we need, they're laying down the lies for security. And this is their soul.
In my memory, I'll always see the town that I have loved so well, where our schools played ball on round the Gasyard wall, and we laughed through the smoke and the smell.
Hi and good evening everyone. My name's Renee Quinn and I'm the Executive Director here at PIP Suicide Prevention Ireland, and I want to welcome you to Rebs for Hope album online launch night. By purchasing the album, you are supporting two great mental health charities here in Belfast, ourselves and PIP's charity and the West Belfast Suicide Awareness and Support Group. To tell you a little bit about the work we're doing here in PIP's and where your money goes, we are 100% reliant on public donations and we receive no government funding. We have not been able to carry out any events or fundraising since last March, and as a result have saw a 23% drop in our income. However, the number of clients coming through our door has increased significantly, and their needs and demands have increased as well. Their mental health support is greater than ever in our community, so we need Rebel Podcast now more than ever to help us save lives in our community.
In my memory, I'll always see the town that I have loved so well, where our schools played ball on round the Gasyard wall, and we laughed through the smoke and the smell.
How you doing, folks? We're Planksley folk here. We're coming to you from True Tone Studios, Stick Studio here. I'm Fergal McLaughlin from Donegal, and this is Stick Story. Prinny Tyrone man, or Donegal man, Derry man, whatever you like. First of all, I'd like to give Ro a big thank you for having us on board this project for two great causes, and we hope that you support the cause and buy the CD. We're going to do a Jerry Glacken song about 4 volunteers from the East Tyrone Brigade. It's one wrote by Jerry around the time, early 90s, and it's one called Ambush at Clono. Here's a song for young lives lost before their time. Poor daring lads cut down in their prime, in a land that longs for freedom and for peace. It's a prayer that all the heartaches in the sea. Sometimes it's hard to find the words to say, when the cuts so deep the pain will go away. How much longer must we struggle alone and pray, and we see the light of freedom's dawning day? And the church years these laps are not first hand. They were Thanks very much, folks.
Cheers, folks.
Enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you.
In my memory, I'll always see the town that I have loved so well, where our schools played ball on round the gasyard wall, and we laughed through the smoke and the smell.
Evening, folks. My name's Martino Higgin, all the way from Glenravels Glen in the county of Antrim. And I want to say a big shout out to Ro and the Rebel podcast, and thanks very much for involving me in the launch of this CD, the Rebs for Hope album, and for all the money's going towards 2 mental health charities in Belfast, so a very worthwhile cause. So the song that I'm actually going to do was a song that was written by Robin Dunwoody, and I wrote this after the murder of 2 young girls from Belfast at the hands of the British with plastic bullets. 2 young girls, very innocent victims of the Troubles, and were murdered in May of 1981. And it's a wee song for Caroline Kelly and Julie Livingstone from Belfast, and indeed all the victims of at the hands of the British. There's a wee song called Plastic Bullets. Hope you enjoy. Belfast streets like parasites, shooting little children's heads, taking life's hardly begun, plastic bullets from their guns. In Caroline's early years of age, set down by Brits in a bloody rage, with Judy Livingstone as well, the victims to their plastic hell. Down easy, we will not be still, we won't be kept down easy, after all you maimed and killed. Tried to drag us from our streets, taking life's young and sweet, did they not know will not be peace, their finances, they're on the beats. And we won't be kept down easy, we will not be still, we won't be kept down easy, after all you made and killed. To their line, using every type of crime, but freedom won't be terrorized, the freedom struggle criminalized. And we won't be kept down easy, we will not be still, we won't be kept down easy, after all you maimed and killed. Yes, we won't be kept down easy, we will not be still, we won't be kept down easy, after all you have maimed and you killed. Winston Carolan Kelly. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Hope you enjoy.
In my memory, I'll always see the town that I have loved so well, where our schools played ball all around the gasyard wall, and we laughed through the smoke and the smell.
Hi folks, just want to say a wee word with the launch of this great CD, Rebs for Hope, by the Rebel podcast. There's nearly every major Republican act is on the CD. All the money is going towards a charity, mental health charities in Belfast. An excellent charity. Such times we're living through, this is something you need to do. Please buy the CD. The CD has nothing to do with the Irish Brigade or any other extra rule. It's simply about raising money for a really, really good cause. So folks, put your hands in your pockets, buy the CD, and then sit back and enjoy it. All the best.
This is a song from Easter week. A song called The Foggy Jew. I was down the glen on an Easter morn to a city fair rode I. Well, there are but lines of marching men in squadrons passed me by. No pipe did hum, no battle drum did sound out its loud tattoo. But the Angelus bell or the Liffey swell rang out in the foggy tune. Over right proudly and high over Dublin town, we hung out our flag of war. It was better to die beneath an Irish sky than Sugla or Sudamar. Oh, and from the plains of Royal Mead, brave men in gallop and rude, while Britannia's sons with their long-range guns sailed in through the foggy June. Well, the night fell black and the rifle crack made perfidious Albion ring. Oh, 'neath the lead and rain, 7 tongues of flame did shine o'er a ring of steel. By each shining blade a prayer was said to Ireland her son would be true. And when morning broke still the war flag shook out its folds in the bottom to here we go! England who bid our wild geese go, that small nations might be free. But their lonely graves are by Sioux lads' wave on the shore of the great North Sea. Oh, had they died by Pierce's side, or fought with Cabrou, all their names you could keep where the Fenians sleep in the shades of the foggy Jew. Or take my heart with grief was sore. For I parted then with all the engine men, of them I will see no more. I went to and fro, in my dreams they go. I kneel and I pray for you, for slavery fled, oh the rebel dead, when you fell in the foggy dew. Foggy dew!
In my memory, I'll always see the town that I have loved so well, where our schools played ball on round the Gasyard Hall, and we laughed through the smoke and the smell.
Marching down Sackville Street with a starry plum on high, here comes the citizens' army with its fist raised to the sky. Leading them is a mighty man with a mad rage in his eye. My name it is James Connolly, and I didn't come here to die. To fight for the rights of the working class, the small farmer too, to protect the proletariat from the bosses and the screws. Hold on to your rifles, boys, don't give up the dream of a republic for the working class, economy, liberty. The chant goes of all citizens, the system is a curse. An English boss a monster and an Irish one even worse. They'll never lock us out again, and here's the reason why. My name it is James Connolly, and I didn't come here to die. To fight for the rights of the working class, the small farmer too, to protect the proletariat from the bosses and the screws. Hold on to your rifles, boys, don't give up the dream of a republic for the working class, economy, liberty. Over in the GP, over the bullets whizzing by, Pearson, Sean McDermott bidding each other goodbye. Up steps our citizens' leader with his fist raised to the sky. My name it is James Connolly, and I didn't come here to die, but to fight for the rights of the working class, the small farmer too, to protect the proletariat from the bosses and the screws. Hold on to your rifles, boys, don't give up the dream of a republic for the working class, economy, liberty. We fought them to a standstill as the flames lit up the night. Then a bullet pierced our leader, then we gave up the fight. They shot him in Kilmainham jail, they'll never stop his cry. My name it is James Connolly, and I didn't come here to die, but to fight for the rights of the working class, the small farmer too, to protect the proletariat from the bosses and the screws. Hold on to your rifles, boys, don't give up the dream of a republic for the working class, economy,